Jharkhand and a picnic while there are rapes and killings going on in the state. Ladies and gentlemen, lawlessness has gripped the state of Jharkhand, but it seems Soren and his MLAs are more concerned about satta rather than Sushasan. I say this because earlier a girl named Ankita was burnt to death in Dumka, and now a domestic help was tortured by a now suspended BJP leader and wife of a former IAS officer in the heart of Ranchi. This within a span of 10 days. But where is the government? The chief minister? Well, he's busy indulging in resort politics, seeing UPA MLAs off at the airport, making sure his kursi stays with him. Listen in to what the imprisoned tribal woman who was rescued today had to say.
हाँ लोहा का उससे मारा
तुम सही हो जाएगी, तुम एकदम सही होगी। ठीक ना? है ना?
हम चाहते हैं ना, जब ठीक होंगे ना हम आगे और पढ़ना चाहिए।
एकदम हम लोग पढ़ाएंगे बेटा, हम लोग पढ़ाएंगे बाबू।
जानते हैं जब पकाने गई ना तब वो जो बेल्ट है ना उसको मारती थी।
आपको उसका बेल्ट से ना?
हाँ, और जो है ना छोटा और कलछी था ना,
आपको कलछी से मारी है? वही मारी मैडम?
हाँ,
सीमा पता है?
हाँ, और जानते हैं भैया जो गरम तवा चला के मारी।
But for the MLAs, reaching Raipur was daru, and that's what they were looking for. After all, resort politics and a good time is what they were here for. Yes, government jeep full of expensive booze was at standby when the MLAs arrived at Raipur. They have fled from Ranchi and might be, as we speak, enjoying their peg, and it's the state that is suffering. Take a look at this explosive report captured on Times Now's camera.
ये देख सकते हैं कि इस वक्त हम मेफेयर रिसोर्ट्स के सामने हैं और यहाँ पर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ छत्तीसगढ़ आबकारी विभाग की गाड़ी आ चुकी है और ये देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर जो है विधायकों के लिए शराब की व्यवस्था की गई है। तस्वीरों में आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पर ये देखिए महंगी विदेशी शराब की व्यवस्था यहाँ पर की गई है। ये तस्वीरें देख सकते हैं, ये देखिए, ये ग्लैंड फिटीज, ब्लैक डॉग, ग्लैंड फिटीज, तमाम जो शराब की पूरी एक बोलेरो गाड़ी जो है भरकर यहाँ पर लाई गई है कि झारखंड के जो विधायक यहाँ पर पहुंचे उन्हें किसी भी तरह की कोई दिक्कत नहीं हो। शराब यहाँ पर लाया गया है, देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर कि तमाम जो है पुलिस के अधिकारी भी यहाँ पर हैं, लेकिन जो है ये बताइए किसके लिए शराब लाई गई है? क्या चीज? जितेंद्र चंद्राकर है यहाँ, किसके लिए शराब लाई गई है? नहीं तो इस तरह की अवैध शराब क्यों लाई गई है बताइए? उनसे पूछिए। नहीं तो आप पुलिस के जब्त करिए, इसको जब्त करिए, अवैध शराब आई है तो। ये देख सकते हैं कि तमाम जो है यहाँ पर पुलिस के अधिकारी हैं और विधायकों के लिए यहाँ पर महंगी शराबें लाई गई है जो रिसोर्ट के अंदर जानी थी, लेकिन जो है मीडिया में तमाम तस्वीरें सामने आ गई, इसलिए गाड़ी को साइड किया गया है।
And joining the debate with Gaurav Bhatia and Ishkaran Bhandari are Lokesh Jindal, leader of the Congress party, and Sanjay Jha. Lokesh Jindal, my first question to you simply. Chhattisgarh, now resort politics reaches there, and of course what happens to young Ankita, no questions about that. What happens to the other tribal girl who's been virtually tortured as a domestic help? But the chief minister is busy arranging, flights and resort politics and picnics, while the Chhattisgarh government the entire government of Chhattisgarh is now making it a party time for all of these visiting MLAs with liquor at their disposal. So Delhi mein you fight the Aam Aadmi Party on the liquor policy, and then in Chhattisgarh provide liquor for holidaying MLAs, while law and order is out for the public, and nobody seems to know where the government is and where governance is. You're on mute. You need to unmute yourself, Lokesh Jindal.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Good evening. I won't be comparing social issues with that of the political one. I would focus more upon why the legislators are being moved to Raipur. We all remember 30th of July in West Bengal, there were 3 legislators who were caught red-handed with large amount of cash. In fact, Congress at that point of time had warned. In fact, they had raised the issue that this cash was being used so as to topple the government in Jharkhand. And now we have seen that the situation was getting more and more complex. The BJP, which has mastered the art of toppling governments, horse trading of legislators, and thereby bringing
Are you
stability.
justifying a chief minister on the run? Are you justifying the hospitality of the Chhattisgarh government? Are you justifying the blind eye that is being turned to the law and order situation in Jharkhand, where crimes against women are on the rise? I want to ask you, Lokesh Jindal, it's a simple question. Are you justifying all of this?
I am exposing the political reality, the ineffectiveness of anti-defection
So the political reality is बीजेपी हमारी कुर्सी को हाथ लगाएगी तो हमें आम आदमी से क्या लेना देना? हम तो दारू पिएंगे और हम तो चले जाएंगे. Gaurav Bhatia, that is the justification from Mr. Lokesh Jindal.
Navika, first things first, you know, when Ankita and her family deserve justice, they deserve that nobody should ever have the courage to do what happened to Ankita. Hemant Soren coming out and saying these things do happen very often, and then doing picnic when law and order is sick. Law and order doesn't exist in Jharkhand, I think is very painful. And second, with some responsibility, I will also say the other news that you showed. And you were showing that lady's affiliation with the Bharatiya Janata Party, and I've been told she stands suspended. It puts me to shame, because a person who can commit such atrocities on a woman, and even more hurtful because she is a tribal, you know, is unpardonable. It has to be condemned in the strongest possible terms. And that is why I am particularly mentioning that incident, because it pains me that if Ankita has been targeted, this lady has also been targeted. But the problem is that Hemant Soren, who is the custodian of law and order under the constitution, is busy ensuring that he provides liquor to the MLAs so that his corrupt government, which has AK-47s being discovered, remains. This is the pitiable situation in Jharkhand, and people of Jharkhand are cursing Hemant Soren for the kind of misgovernance they are seeing.
Sanjay Jha, I don't think any political party can take the moral high ground. In Maharashtra, the minute there was an opportunity, the alliance between the Shiv Sena and the BJP was broken, and the Congress party along with the NCP and others formed the Mahavikas Aghadi. So, you know, anybody who's saying that power and lust for power is not what drives them, you know, let's just keep that argument on the side. Today I'm on the simple fact, can you justify the Congress party, which is in power in partnership with the JMM in Jharkhand, when women are being killed, you know, they are being set on fire, when there is a tribal woman who has been hurt and who has been tortured in the manner that she has? Does it really behove lawmakers, does it behove governments to be seen to be on a vacation, worried more about hospitality, alcohol, than about governance, what people of Jharkhand had chosen them for?
Navika, I'll keep my response very, very brief. Number one, as far as the images that we are seeing on your television screens, these violent manifestations are sickening. And I would like my friend Gaurav Bhatia to not indulge in his sanctimonious balderdash. The truth is that you choose a Dalit lady to be the president of India, and at the same time, this is what your leadership does to the tribal population. So you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I include, by the way, the extremely, once again, the horrific violence that was committed on Ankita. I mean, these are like so disgusting, no words are enough. As far as the issue of Mr. Soren going to Chhattisgarh with the MLAs, I just want to make one point
Should
here.
Rahul
I
Gandhi
do
not
believe that
apologize?
Mr. Soren, just a minute,
You
just
have
a minute.
words for
I
me,
do
but you
believe-
have nothing to
Mr.
say for
Bhatia,
Rahul
Mr.
Gandhi.
Bhatia, let me speak. Mr. Bhatia, I didn't
Sanjay
interrupt
bhai,
you.
it's
Let
good that
me
you were
finish.
saying that
He's
I'm
making
giving
his point. I'm
sanctimonious
short on
lectures.
time.
What about Rahul
Complete
Gandhi?
your point. Complete your point, Sanjay Jha.
Yeah, my simple point, Navika, is this, that Mr. Soren will probably fight the allegations against him in court. But there is no denying that today, if Jharkhand leaders have to be exported to Chhattisgarh, I hope the BJP hangs his head in shame, because you're equally culpable, because your immoral, unethical politics is actually killing
Law
Indian
and order is
democracy.
under the chief
And
minister.
you
I
by
think
the
you
way,
should read
you
the-
No
own
direct
full
answer.
responsibility.
No
Law and
direct
order is the
answer
first
on
entry.
why
In the second
MLAs,
list,
when there
statement.
are women and crimes against women on the rise in Jharkhand, why MLAs are looking for a daru party? No answers on that. But of course, pontification
There you
between
would not
political
like to
parties.
answer.
Ishkaran Bhandari, I just have 30 seconds. How do you see this? Any moral high ground between to choose from between the political parties in India?
Navika ji, I wish I didn't have to see the video of Ankita, and I wish I didn't have to see the video of this tribal lady, because it's extremely painful. But while they can blame BJP or the Jharkhand government, is BJP supplying the liquor there? People are in pain, and you are having, I was seeing on your video, Glenn 15, Shivaz 18. Who is supplying that? Why is that being done? Is BJP responsible for that also?
And
Let us be
in a
fair and ask
sarkari
these questions.
gadi, in a government vehicle with police on standby, with eyes wide open but shut because they can't see anything, exactly the way law and order is in Jharkhand. Today, if you're a woman, you will hang your head in shame, because young Ankita still is waiting for justice to be done. Thank you very much to my panelists for joining me on the NewsHour tonight. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe.